going on, Jerome's? So, I mean, tonight was supposed to be fantastic. Heading into the bye, going at 7-5, staying alive, and going 3-0 in the division and 7-2 in the conference. And you're at home. You have the crooked Chicago Bears, who are a bad football team. You got the throwbacks looking good in the hood, but this is honestly the most frustrated and perplexed I've been after a Vikings loss in a long time. And so the Vikings defense has given up one touchdown in the last 2 games, the last 8 quarters of football. They've lost both games. Like, I understand the Vikings defense gave up the last drive this game and the Broncos game, but it's the modern NFL. And Flores' defense should not be asked to be the 2000 Ravens or 85 Bears for the Vikings to win a ball game. Straight up. Like, honestly, if you blame this loss or the Broncos loss on the defense, you're very unserious, and I don't know what to tell you. Like this, both of these losses and also the near loss against the Saints are firmly on Kevin O'Connell just coaching gutless football. And what's so frustrating is, all right, so Josh Dobbs did not have a good game. And frankly, Josh Dobbs, the pocket passer, it ain't all that. And Josh Dobbs is not going to be the future franchise quarterback. I think he's proved that. But it's on Kevin O'Connell because that's what you do as coaches. You put your players in the best possible positions to win. And I don't know what the hell that game plan was. It seemed like it was, was this left over from preseason? You know, like the Cardinals preseason game? Is that it? Because the Vikings' offensive game plan against the Bears was so boring and so predictable, and it honestly makes you think like he was calling a game for Kirk Cousins. Like, oh, we're going to stay in the pocket. And all right, so this is eventually going to be winners and losers, but, I mean, Kevin O'Connell, what the hell are you doing? Josh Dobbs' greatest asset is his mobility, and you saw that in the Cardinals game and in the first half of the Saints game. And Where is the offense catered to Josh Dobbs? Where are the zone reads? Where are the read options? Where are the bootlegs? Where are moving the pocket? Where are getting Dobbs on the perimeter where he's got a very easy read of 1 or 2 receivers or take off and run? Where is that? You know who's really thankful that Kevin O'Connell is misusing Josh Dobbs? Matt Eberflus, the IKEA toilet. Because his defense looked great because Dobbs threw 17,000 freaking interceptions, and it's just rough all the way around. I mean, Justin Jefferson in the background, he's all of us just watching that game. It's just so stupid. And I really feel bad for our brethren over in the UK who, I mean, it's like 5 a.m. now. It's just so frustrating. It really is. But losers, I mean, Josh Dobbs. So he had 4 interceptions. Yes, a bunch of them were off of deflections, but a lot of them he just should not have thrown. And especially I can't believe how stupid it is where when he's in the grasp and he's going down, he literally just throws the ball up in the air. And you saw it at the end of the Broncos game where it's just like, that could have cost him. But he does it over and over. And I don't know if he's just trying to avoid a sack. Sometimes just take the sack because either you're going to get called for grounding or bad things are going to happen. And frankly, Dobbs probably threw about 6 or 7 interceptable balls. Probably should have set the NFL record for interceptions in the game. Hey, Nathan Peterman would come in. Also should have had a pick 6. I don't know. But the offense was so frustrating. And the offense ended up, what'd they end up? Something absolutely breathtakingly bad. Where are the stats? If only I was prepared. If only I was a professional on this. But the Vikings offense was 2-9 on 3rd down, 0-2 on 4th down. And Kevin O'Connell, the play calling was terrible. There was no adjustments. Outside of one drive, the offense was completely comatose. And also, O'Connell's play calling after the fumble, Metellus caused that second fumble on Fields. You're up 10-9. Right, 3 minutes left. Make them burn their last 2 timeouts, and if you get a first down, it essentially ends the game. But dive with Madison, horrifically bad screen and dangerous screen, by the way. TJ Edwards almost had himself a pick six. All the way out to Brandon Powell. Like, that's your game plan? That's it. Like, on it, that was... I don't think Kevin O'Connell should be fired, but after that sequence of three plays, I was close to thinking about it. It's inexcusable. Absolutely inexcusable. Addison had a couple of drops. Also, even though Addison made some nice plays, it seemed like he was almost disinterested in the game. I don't know. O'Neal really struggled against Josh Sweat. Missed a couple deep balls, both of them to Addison. The screen, Kevin O'Connell might have the NFL record for a number of screens that go for 2 or fewer yards. And Ryan Wright, I mean, that punt was just absolutely inexcusable at the end. All right. Winners, I mean, it's basically going to be defense. So the Florida's Hellfire defense, I understand that, but they gave up that last drive, 36-yarder to DJ Moore. They shouldn't have been in that position. They shouldn't be asked to be perfect on every single drive for this team to win a game. That's not how teams work. But I actually think that they're top 5 right now. No big plays allowed. Bad field position off of 4 freaking interceptions. But they're out there sniffing things out, blowing up screens, and getting pressure on Justin Fields, forcing fumbles. And if you don't give up a touchdown and you only give up 12 points at home, you should win. Josh Metellus might be the most underrated player in the NFL right now. 9 tackles, tied for the team lead, half a sack, forced fumble on Fields. Well, 1.5 forced fumbles on Fields. Daniil sniffing out screens, playing the run, completely getting after Fields. 13.5 sacks, got his extra $1 million bonus. He's Defensive Player of the Year for me. Because some edge rushers, we won't name them, but you'll know who we're talking about. They only care about their stats. They only care about the sacks. And they don't play team defense. They don't play against the run. They don't hustle and chase down screens. They don't pursue well. They don't have the discipline in their gap. Daniil Hunter does everything. Daniil Hunter is the ultimate team player. Ivan Pace Jr. had a nice bust-out game, got himself a sack, 9 tackles, 7 of them solo. Like, he's going to be a star in purple for many, many years. Sheldon Day, the veteran, baby, coming on in. A couple pressures, a tackle for loss, fumble recovery, 3 tackles, and a tackle for loss. Yeah. Cam Beasley had a couple of great open field tackles, 6 solo, 8 total. Addison, like we said, I mean, there was some good for Addison, there was some bad for Addison. And frankly, it would have been really tough, but he should have brought in that deep post, that skinny post, that bang 8 on the first play, and also just losing where he was off of that double move against Gordon. It was a bad throw by Dobbs, but he could have made the Chris Carter sideline catch, but 6 for 39 on 10. He just kind of looked disinterested. I don't know what it is. Najee Thompson, great punt coverage tackle. DJ Wanham pressures and almost a pick 6. Byron Murphy, a couple nice third down PBUs as well as 6 tackles. Brandon Powell had a nice punt return as well as, a couple great catches. That back shoulder was great. That third down conversion was awesome. Anthony Barr fumble recovery and spying on Justin Fields like it was back in the day. I don't know. It's just so absolutely frustrating, man, where this was a short putt on a flat lie, and the Vikings just chili dipped it. They choked. There's really no other way to put it. And just another wasted effort by this defense. The offense was pathetic, and Josh Dobbs has 8 turnovers in 2 games. Or something like that. It seems like it. But is he more of a negative than a plus for the offense right now? I think he is. And if it's Jaron Hall, that's great. If it's Nick Mullins, I understand it. But Josh Dobbs is just too much of a liability right now. He is. But the Vikings, they got the bye week. And as of right now, they're still firmly in the 7 seed. They got a half-game lead over the greasy grimy Green Bay Packers and 8. Also, the Vikings have a game in hand in the head-to-head, so that's going to be key. The Vikings are still 6-3 in conference, which is great. And the Seahawks are faltering. Plus, Seattle's at Dallas, at San Francisco, and against the Eagles, I think. They got a tough 3-game stretch. So the Vikings are going to have some latitude. But also, by the way, the Rams are getting off the mat. Rams are actually looking pretty damn good in the hood. But the Vikings, it's pathetic. This game was pathetic. You sort of understand the Broncos game, but the Vikings should have been 8-4 heading into the bye, but instead they're 6-6. And they have no one to blame except for Kevin O'Connell. And also Josh Dobbs to a degree of this game. Again, if you're blaming the Vikings defense at all for this loss or the Broncos loss, let us know, because it will prove that you're of low intelligence and your opinion should not be taken seriously, because this is 100% on the offense. Both games. Again, the defense shouldn't be asked to be perfect for the Vikings to win a game. That's it, man. But again, this is probably the most frustrated I've been after a Vikings loss in a long, long time. And the bye week, getting Jefferson back will be great, but Kevin O'Connell needs to take a long, hard look in the mirror, whether it's him giving up play calling, whether it's him learning to be more aggressive, whether it's him, I don't know. But the way O'Connell has coached over the last 10 quarters, the Vikings cannot win. They can't win. Anyways, that's it. Vikings-Bears recap. You know what to do. Skull, production value.